Morning, folks. This is Cliff Graves from Train World Boxing. I hope you've got your cuppa to hand like me. I love my coffee first thing in the morning. I want you to sit back and I want you to relax and I want you to understand and take in some advice, some knowledge that I want to give you. Now, this subject is highly serious. I know YouTube is designed for information and entertainment purposes. And I'm guessing that kind of this won't really fall into that category. It's desperate attention that is needed. I mean, to a very, very, very horrendous subject. I mean, look, this is a knife. This is a knife. This is a knife that is not manufactured or designed to kill, but it will kill you. Can you imagine that? This is how much I trust myself. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that going through your heart? Where my heart is? Can you see? Can you see? It is a highly, highly, highly dangerous little thing. But this is what I eat my steak with. This is what I cut my steak with. This little job. Because this is what it's designed for. It isn't designed to kill, to hurt, to name, to kill. But let me tell you something. It's very, very capable of doing it. So let's just have a look at the design of this thing. Now, as you can see, there's a sharp edge on one side, but don't be under any disillusionment that this side, the non-sharp side, a slash across the face, is not a dangerous weapon, because this is a very dangerous weapon. This is a dangerous weapon. Smaller size. Just the same, look. This is the smaller one. This is the one with the larger blade. What we got there, look, below the ear. What we got there? What we got there? This will still penetrate through the rib cage to the front to the side, to the rear. When we look at this design, it is designed for cavalry, but it will still kill you. In the military, there was such a knife. Whether it's still in circulation, I don't know, because I'm not in the military, so I don't know. The Fairburn knife, which would have right here an extension of this bit here. Right down the bottom, it would have an extension going out. On the handle, there'd be ribs so that you could grip it, and when you thrust and stabbed it in, it would prevent this, especially when you pulled it out from your enemy. It would prevent that hand sliding up and onto the blade, because it would be stopped by this extension bit of the handle, and also the bit on the bottom extending out, so it would stop it coming off there. So you'd have also the ribbed effect, which would stop, drain away the blood, drain away the set, and you'd have something like this, which would be sharpened on this side as well. The non-sharp side, there's the sharp side, this is the non-sharp side. To drive through, to come up behind, say, a sentry's neck, and to, I'm not obviously, drive it through the neck, come up from behind, drive it straight through the neck, like you're going through butter. So these little implements are extremely lethal and extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. There are parts of the body which are main arterial junctions. We've talked about the ones here. The carotid artery, lethal. The slit of the throat, lethal. The heart, instantaneous. Can be sourced and accessed from the front, the side, or the rear, instantaneous. And the femoral artery at the top of your leg. Consider this. Your attacker is high on crack cocaine and so far highly gone into this drug, they've been inside before, they've got a serious drug problem, and they are going to rob you for whatever they can. So they're going to show you this knife, aren't they? Going to show you the knife, and they're going to say, give me the money now. Get that watch off immediately, right now. Otherwise, I'm going to open you up like a can of sardines with this blade. Trust me, I will. Well, I think you're going to adhere, aren't you, to what they're saying? But if they're flailing it all over the place, ice pick, and I know what I'm doing, trust me. What is the chances of it hitting your leg, your thigh? What are the chances? Hi. I'm going to get on to all this knife defense malarkey in a minute, but I just need to impress upon you the dangers of sharp-edged weapons. It could be a broken bottle. It could be a pint, smashed pint glass. It could be a little Stanley knife. It could be anything with a sharp edge that can penetrate into the victim's body or across the victim's body. It could be a sharpened up credit card. It could be something that's been fashioned in on two blades on a toothbrush. This is your toothbrush. They've molded on two little big blades to slash you. Make no, just be under no illusion, right, that this is lethal. It's deadly. If it's used for unscrupulous measures. I have this in my home because it cuts through my almost rarely cooked steak, thick steak. Straight the way through, it goes for me. It absolutely pains me when you hear, and it's littered on YouTube with hundreds of thousands of views and likes and subscribes. And I think to myself, you're going to get yourself killed. You won't be going home to your family because you'll be being picked up and put into a body bag and taken away. Dead. Gone. Finished. Over. Game over. I watched a while back now, because I have been looking, because it frightens the fuck out of me, these sharp-edged weapon attacks. So I had been going on a discovery to find the one that I thought was the most sensible and level-headed. Sorry about this. I love me. I love me coffee. You got to let me off that. Let me finish it, then it's done. Try it, coffee and cream. The best filtered coffee. You know what I mean? And some cream. When I pour it, I go for 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my cream grower, and I love it. I love it. Don't have any sugar in it. Anyway, that's done and dusted. And I came across And it was, I won't say who it was, but it was Jeet Kune Do. Now, I like Jeet Kune Do because I like the principle that I'm right-handed. So you would stand almost in a bladed right-hand stance, as opposed to in the boxer stance because I'm right-handed, like that. And attack the nearest, what is it? You know what I mean? Use your strongest weapon to the nearest part of where your opponent is, which is more than likely, if you're in that position and they're in that position, coming at you with a knife, it's going to be the right low kick to the knee. Oh, really? Oh, come on. Come on. When I trained at the National College of Karate, there were some good fighters there. We had McLeish there. McNeish was there. Chris McNeish was there. Black guy, full contact guy, beat John Chung in the Wacko Championships. John Chung was the champion and he beat him. Very, very, very tough hombre. This is going back. My goodness me, this was, wow, I am old. Comes to us all, doesn't it? Hopefully, comes to us all, including you lot watching. Back in the 80s, yeah, mid-80s. But George Mackenzie, another black guy, he was a semi-contact fighter. And I would think it'd be fair to say McNeish, Chris, he was actually my trainer for a bit. Chris McNeish was more of a devastating fighter, get in, destroy, take you out. Whereas George Mackenzie was more of a skillful fighter, semi-contact. And the man was quick, the man was accurate. Do you know what he said? He said, if somebody kicks me in the face, then I know they're good. What I'm trying to say to you is getting that kick accurately with power and precision placed onto the relevant part of the kneecap is quite tough. Don't forget you got this to contend with. So you're not going to be like I am now, like I just had my Pooh Bear. Look, see that Pooh Bear? See, I'm a softie. I'm a big old teddy bear. But, you know, it's not going to be you performing this movie style Jeet Kune Do low kick, right, to the kneecap, whilst you're still in the parasympathetic nervous system. You have the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. At the moment, I'm operating in the parasympathetic nervous system. I'm having a gentle chat with you. I've had my lovely coffee. I'm relaxed. And then suddenly, this happens. Now, I'm not saying a kick to the knee is not possible. It is possible. But you'd have to be fucking good to get that one off. And don't forget, you kick to the knee. But what about the floating arm? What about the floating arm? This one. Yeah, mate. What about the float? What about that? What about that? That is still going around, flying about. For goodness sake, that's flying about. And more than likely, the attacker would do this where you can't be seen. So, are they going to go out in the beautiful sunlight? I've got the curtains over because when the sunlight comes through here, it would just take the screen completely out, glare across the screen. Would you go hunting for your victim in this light? Or would you go hunting for your victim in the half light or the dark? Your ulterior motive is not to kill the person. Your ulterior motive is to rob the person. So when would you go out robbing? When would you go out robbing? Exactly. So you got that to contend with. It's not like in the dojo, is it? With all the lights on. You're all in a line and the instructor says, okay, now we're going to practice low leg kick technique. You've done all your stretching and your warm-up exercises before. You stand in front of your ever faithful training partner. You know he's not very flexible. You know what he can and can't do. Okay, 5 each side, go. You miss with one, you miss with the other. You get one in. Oh, sorry, you say. Do you think the attacker with one of these, or worse, what about if it's a machete? Not good. With one of these. Do you think that they haven't done it before? I bet you they have many times. And people are complaining. Give me your money now. I'm telling you right now, give it to me right now. Don't try anything flash. I will use this and I'll cut you open like you wouldn't believe. You tell me. Well, I know what I'd do. Yeah, here you are. Here, take it. Yeah. Here's my credit. Yeah. No, okay. All right. Calm down. You're gonna get your money. Yeah. I've got a wife and I've got people at home that care about me. Okay. All right. Calm down. Yeah. Calm down. Yes, I'm doing it. I'm just going. I'm not going to try anything flash. You can have your money. 200 quid. Yeah. Most people are going to be compliant, aren't they? But the attacker with this in his hand, right, understands psychology. He's not a psychologist. He hasn't done a degree in psychology, but he's done it before, so he knows, or she knows, what they can and they can't do. I'll give you a story. My mate was walking across Charing Cross Bridge. He'd been to a club and it was about 5 o'clock in the morning. He was pissed, he was tired, he was dazed. And then from nowhere, this woman, female, came out with a broken vodka bottle and said, empty your pockets out. Fuck off. He's on the bridge, Charing Cross Bridge. If you know it, you'll know what I mean. Behind are three hombres coming up behind. And he thought, do I take my chance? He's only 5'6", this geezer. So he emptied out his pockets, gave the money, said, now fuck off, do one. Look, as quick as that. So they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Do you think they're going to stand still? They're going to be moving about, circling around. Don't you even think about it, buddy. Don't you even think about it. Trust me. Don't you even think about it. Just give me your money now, quickly, before I run this. Put this right in you. They're going to be standing in the half light, in the dark. Are you going to get a Jeet Kune Do low kick to disable them? One in 1,000 chances. It's not an impossibility, is it? It's not an impossibility. But there are more surefire ways of keeping you safe and not getting one of these run straight up into your belly. So I knew Jeet Kune Do wasn't the answer. I just knew in my mind, I just knew in my heart it wasn't the answer. So I get to this knife seminar, which was presented in London. I had to walk out. He said, I'll refund your money. I said, no. I just got into my car quickly and I thought, I just got to get out of here. I had to get petrol and I thought, I don't give a flying fuck. I just want to get out of this place. Absolute den. I hated it. But even he was saying, hit. Some people, it's fucking stupid, isn't it? Hit him. You hit first. He? Crazy. Still got hold of this, for fuck's sake. Wake up and smell the coffee. I've just had mine. Come on, people. Come on. Be sensible, be intelligent about it all. Changing hands. What happens if they're a Filipino and they can change hands? Doesn't take much to penetrate through the rib cage into your organs. And the likelihood of it hitting your heart or your lungs is extremely probable. So we've looked at all the duffers with this, protection of this, protection against this. Now let's look at a system which in all likelihood is gonna give you the potential chance of survival. Enter the colour system. Kalh. Now, just to précis it, basically, I'm a student and I've just started it, but I do have an understanding of the street, and so I can judge which I think is the cream of the cream and the wankers out there that will get you killed. But some people would train there for years. What is it about these instructors that has this hold over them? I just don't know. But this is the thing that you've got to stop. This is the thing that you've got to stop. You've got to stop this. Gotta stop this knife doing what you don't want it to do. Catch you. Catch you. Catch you. Catch you. Catch you. Catch you. There's the slash across the face, the slash across the throat, the stab into the face, the stab into the throat, the ice pick into the heart. You can't see this one driving into the gizzards, into the belly. You've got to stop this. You've got to stop the free moving arm, for fuck's sake. You've got to stop it. Before you do anything else, it's got to be stopped. And somebody very kindly sent me through some basic principles of Kalh, and they're talking about the first thing I did wrong was when we confronted with a knife. They said, stand in a square stance. And then I went back into fighting stance, which of course is not the correct thing to do. Or I tried to use psych-out psychology, which may work, but if this guy's a knife man, or this, in my friend's case, if this person, because it could be a female, is a knife person, they will have used it before and they will know what they're doing. Be under no aspersions of that. They will know exactly what they are doing. So you've got to play the game and become submissive. Okay, all right. Look, okay. The arms are down here to protect your heart, at least. They're up here so you can, not like this, the hands open so you can see your attack. Okay, all right. Calm down. I'm gonna get your money for you. I've got to go to my pocket. Just let me go to my pocket. Yeah, okay, all right. Will you go to my pocket then? All right. I've got people that care about me at home. I'm going to be fully compliant with you. I don't want to lose my life. All right. Okay. Calm down. It's all right. You are attempting to talk the situation down. You're attempting to placate. Not aggressify. Yeah? You want it, do you? Well, come and get me then, for example. But they will. And one mistake, you're dead. Or very, very badly injured or near death. So the first thing is to stand in a square stance And then you close a distance. And this is what people don't understand. You're closing the distance because you're stepping to the side. From your square stance, you step to the side. And this rams into them. And then it's the grabbing of the arm. Okay, grabbing of the arm. It's got this. And securing that arm. And then it is disabling them with a kick to the groin, with the shin, or a knee to the groin. And then it is making them lose their balance, biting on the ear, biting on the throat, biting the nose, gouging the eyes, biting anywhere you can. And believe you me, in that sort of situation, that sort of barbarian in you will come out in a fight, biting on the fingers to stop the attack, to end the threat. All the time you're saying, drop the knife, drop the knife, drop the knife, drop the knife, drop the knife. When the knife has been dropped, you then release the attacker, pick up the knife and have it on your toes away. Now, to me, when it's gone all physical, the color system addresses reality. You've got to get hold of the free moving arm with blading. It's so incredibly dangerous. So incredibly dangerous. What happens if they've got two knives? Well, that's a different story, but there are color techniques, I'm sure, that handle that side of things. But what happens? That it's gone down. What happens if they pull out another knife and you haven't got hold of the free moving arm? You have to get hold of the free moving arm because it's fucking dangerous. There's your risk element. Could be the left side, could be left-handed. This, holding on to this, that is the risk element. That is the thing that needs to be stopped. So if you are really, really, really interested in the physical part of knife defense, seek out color. K-A-L-A-H. Seek out a color instructor. It's growing, and God willing, it will grow and grow and grow, and the essence of the art will never be lost. Taking out of commission that floating arm that's got the sharp-edged weapon in. Has got to be your ulterior motive when it goes physical. Of course, you've got just a 7% chance of success, of not suffering death or serious injury. 7%. Do the instructors on these knife courses, these knife seminars, do they reveal that? Why? Why don't they? They do on the colour. So if you lived in a really, really tough town neighbourhood, and we are talking about, say, in places like South Africa, places like in Sao Paulo, places like that in the Philippines, for example. For every 100 knife attacks, you would survive just 7 of them. So 93 times out of 100, you're going to be killed. It's a lottery. The best format of self-defense is not be there. Screw your loaf. Don't try and be a hero. I remember we went to Great Yarmouth once, me and the wife. We were desperately trying to find a parking spot. It was about this time of the year. We didn't know the area. And we were desperately trying to find a parking spot. It was about 5 o'clock in the evening, 5:30. So it was dark. So we was going up all the side streets and things like that. Anyway, stupidly, we parked in somewhere we didn't know. Stupidly, it was not very lit, but there was a parking spot, parking spaces. It was in hostel land, we later found out, because I talked to somebody that had actually lived in that area before, that I met when we lived in Somerset. He said, can you remember the name of the street? I said, no, it sounds like blah, 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 blah. Anyway, from nowhere, as we parked up, this guy came down, walked down the stairs, these Victorian type buildings, you know what I mean? You got basement, upper floor, 3 stories, you know. So this guy come out of the building, obviously where he's living, walked down the steps. He was obviously looking out for a victim. So my wife is paying into this meter. This is going back about 10 years now, the money. And I'm there, and he came in between me and her. He put up his hood. He had a navy blue hood. And I instinctively knew he was going to try and grab my wife's handbag. So I moved round and moved in between my wife and this guy now. And I turned around and I looked at him as much as to say, don't even think about it, my friend. Don't even think, well, what happens if he pulled that on me? What happened? What would have happened? I could have been stabbed to death and died there on that street. You have to exercise the art of not being there, and you need to be intelligent. If you know pub A is a terrifying pub to be on a Friday night, why fucking go there? Why go there? How stupid is that? You've put yourself into the firing line. You've put yourself in where the enemy is. You've now lessened your chance of non-confrontational violence occurring. If you're a woman, why? When I used to live near Twickenham Green, and this monster Levi Belfield used to parade around that sort of area. And this young girl had got off a bus which sort of pulls up alongside where there's pubs and stuff like that. It's quite well lit, actually, Twickenham Green, even in them days, because of the pubs and stuff. And she's obviously thought, do you know what? I'm not going to walk right the way round to the green and then off to my place at home. I'm going to cut across the green, which sadly was where Belfield was lying in wait and statistically murdered her. Had she done that, there would have been every likelihood that she would have got home safely. So if you're in that situation, ladies, don't become complacent. If you're getting off the bus, get somebody to meet you, whether it's in a car or whether you can walk around together. You get them out. And if you don't know anybody, befriend somebody, a neighbour or something like that. And as you're arriving to your destination on the bus stop, for example, say, oh, hi, I suppose this person is called Greg. Hi, Greg. You wouldn't meet me at the bus stop, would you? Yeah, Greg says, yeah, no problem. No problem. Which one you getting off at? You know, the one just opposite the pub, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah. Where are you? Oh, I'm in so-and-so, so-and-so. All right, I'll have a walk round. You get that set in place. So that in all probability, you don't have to have this. You don't have to face this. This is what you're trying to do. Avoid the risk of having to face this. So you use your head rather than using these. You use intelligence. You pre-plan because the nutcases are out there. And they will run you. Something like this. They will. No doubt about it, they will. So, as an innocent, law-abiding, peaceful member of the public, avoidance, the art of not be there, is premier division. Of keeping you safe. Using your intelligence, using your head, what God gave you. So use it. Don't lose it. Use it. Don't be proud. Don't be complacent. Don't be lazy. Walk that extra bit round the lit, busy parts of town. You can never be complacent, can you? Look at McSweeney, that monster McSweeney. This petite female had been out with friends and enjoyed a social, lovely night with friends. She'd said goodbye to her friends and started on a walk home, which she had done many times. The busy walk along, if you know it, the Romford Road, where many traffic pass along it. This McSweeney, big, brave, tough, not McSweeney, was out looking for a victim, and he found it very, very sadly. And we know the rest. What I'm saying to you is, even if it's a familiar walk, have your strategy set in place. You've come out. It's only 10 minutes down the road. So what? Get somebody to pick you up, even if they're on foot. Get them to meet you. If you know of a taxi firm, get them there. That's what they're paid to do. Get them there, waiting for you. You know what? If I was a minicab driver and I picked up, I'm picking my words here because I don't want to offend any females, but if I picked up a petite 5'2" female, somebody like my wife, for example, who's 5'2", right? I would only be too glad and delighted and full empathy in just a 2-minute drive down the road. I would wait and I would say, do you need me to, see you to the door? Complete gentleman. Do you need me to see you to the door at all? No, I'm fine. I'll wait from the car then. I'll see you get in safely. And they get in safely and you just have your window down and you just listen out. Good. And off you go to your next job. You could even, and they do have it at these taxi firms, all women drivers, only picking up women. So you open an account with them. Before you know, it's all going to finish at 12:30, this thing. You've rung up Jenny from the all-women taxi firm. You said, "Hi, Jenny. Yeah. Oh, hi. Yeah. Is that Jean?" Yes, it is. Yeah. Oh, hi. Can you pick me up from the pub A? That's the one in the Romford Road. Yes, Jean. Yeah. Please, Jenny. Okay. Louise will be with you there, waiting for you. Thanks very much. Don't have to worry about payment. Louise stops. I'll just wait for you to get in then, Jean. Okay, lovely. Louise waits. The door shuts behind. Louise listens. Everything's fine, hunky-dory, and drives off. But you've got it on account. So you've got that peace of mind, people. Inside the venue, if it's punch-up paradise all over the shop, what are the door people doing? They should be sacked. But you pick your venues, don't you, that you're going to go to for a Saturday night out. There's a group of you and you just want to have some drinks. You want to have a laugh. You want to have a little bit of a dance. You want to unwind. So You know, when you get back into the office on Monday, people say, "What did you do?" "Oh, I went to." "Oh, it was really good." "Yeah, yeah, really, really good night." There's a group of us, 6 of us, and we really had a great night. It was ever so brilliant. You've had your entertainment. Now you're back in to the working week. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I know it's quite laborious what I'm saying, but it is important. It is important. If you tuned into this broadcast, you've done it for a reason, to learn and get some encouragement and get some understanding, right? This is what I'm attempting to do. You make precautions on everything. I learned that when we got to Great Yarmouth. I thought to myself, we almost got caught out there. So next time we go out, I'm looking and I'm thinking, right, okay, where are there any NCP car parks? Let's have a look. And you look and you do a bit of research. You think, right, well, oh, there's an NCP car park in West Street. Usually gets busy about this time, but people are leaving to come home. It's got 24-hour manned attendance there. It's well lit. That's where we need to be heading for. What's the postal code of it? Oh, right. Okay, if that's busy, where else could we go to? Right, well, there's another one in North Street, and you pre-plan your journey. And that is applicable to whatever you're doing. You pre-plan. Having this come at you, hopefully, will never ever happen. It will become a 1 in 10,000 chance that will happen to you. It is dependent on where you live, but if you don't move in the gangster circles, the likelihood of this coming your way when you've taken preventative, precautionary, assertive precautions, actions, will nullify it completely. One in 10,000 chance, which means virtually nil, you will succumb to this. You'll succumb to this. You'll succumb to this. You'll succumb to this. You'll succumb to this. Because you ain't there. My friends, you're not there. Are you? In closing, let's just summarize. In the extremely rare cases of having to deal physically with one of these, it's all against you. 7% chance that you are going to be successful and live. So you want something that is real to defend against this. Something that doesn't sugarcoat it, that tells you as it is. as ugly and as nasty as what that is, you need to hear it. You need to hear it. And notice what I said to you. With colour, all the time, you're grappling and attempting to get hold of the free moving arm with the knife in it. There are different techniques when you grab from behind and this and that, but we're just talking about, I don't want to say standard, but the most ones, somebody's fronted you up like that. If somebody really wanted to kill you, they'd have it hidden down here like that, and they just draw it and plunge it straight in without that hesitation bit. Give me your money. But of course, that's where it's like a Venn diagram. It all intermingles with each other. Where alertness and not be there means that they can't do that. Can they? So when you're in the colour system, getting hold of the arm and all the time you are shouting loud into the air, drop that knife, drop that knife, drop that knife. And you're doing everything you can to disable and stop. And they're pulling on, they're trying to break free. The CCTV is recording all of this. The CCTV has seen this. The CCTV has seen you get hold of the arm. The CCTV is still seeing them trying to pull the attacker, pull away so they can pull out from where you've grabbed hold of the knife arm to go again at you. So you're going to do anything and everything. This is somebody trying to kill you now. And it doesn't take much, does it? It doesn't take much, does it? So you're fighting for your life. So you're going to do anything. If you thought, oh, I better not gouge him in the eye, that's not really cricket doing that. He's still got hold of the knife. And he's still very, very dangerous. You've got to get them to drop the knife. When they drop the knife, you're 3/4 of the way there, but not out of the forest, because then you need to get hold of the knife. When they drop the knife, now the tables are turning. They drop the knife, I've dropped the knife, I've dropped the knife, I've dropped the knife, I've dropped the knife. Your adrenaline is racing at sky high. You've listened to that instruction. You break away and you grab hold of the knife like this into a submissive position like this, and you are backing away. Because we were taught on the first lesson, I learned so much. What happens if they draw another knife? What happens if they draw another knife? And you've turned your back and walked away. I thought, has somebody rung the police? Bystanders have stopped with their phones. It'd be that way, wouldn't it? With their phones getting it. We've got it all on here, they said. CCTV was, police are on the way. I called them, blah, 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 blah. But you don't know. This person is high in crack cocaine. He's done it before. This robbery before. This one's been nullified, but now he's got this one, the smaller one, look. And he comes at you as your back's turned and bang, 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 stitch that. And he's got you. Got straight through into your heart and you drop down dead. So the knife, when he's dropped the knife. He's dropped the knife. Now you pick it up in defensive like this, but you're backing off and backing away. You've done enough to end the threat, because in a court of law, in a criminal court of law, they will first look at the prosecution will be advising, if it went to, say, like a jury, they will be looking at 2 criteria. 1, did Mr. Graves act in self-defense? Well, I think somebody coming at you and saying, give me your money now. Okay. All right. Look, I've got, and all this has been captured on CCTV, or people, curtain twitches, the 85-year-old Mrs. McManaman looking through. Oh my golly, gosh. Other witnesses are seeing it, motorists or whatever. It's being witnessed. Come on, give me your money now. Okay. The self-defense aspect of it is sorted. They know you acted in self-defense. But did you lawfully use enough force to stop the threat? If he dropped the knife and you then got hold of the knife and cranked his neck up and said, screw you, creeper, and slit his throat, then you will be prosecuted and found guilty of murder. So you have to use proportionate violence. If you still got hold of this and you're continually telling, drop that knife, 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 drop it. Well, he's still got a knife. He's still got hold of that knife. The risk element is still there. You've got to disable. You've got to disable how you can to stop the threat. But once the threat is over, then it's over. I'm just going to leave you with this. The SAS, Special Forces, okay, I did actually meet several of them because I used to do some security work, contract security work, and on one or two, more than one or two, I did meet a couple of them. You speak to them and they said, well, we may well come out of Chelsea Barracks, Kensington. So they may well be, let's say they're living in the commuter belt area. They get a call. Something's going on. Get to base. So they're sitting there having their cup of coffee. The coffee goes down, much like the fireman. Sorry, my ear just went a bit then. They're sleeping and then they're off. What I'm trying to say is they will be called in, they will switch on, then they will switch off and go back to family life. The ability to switch on with ferocious aggression and then switch off. The ability to, when it's switched off, switch it on and switch it off. All in an afternoon's work. Back to eat egg and chips with the missus, chatting to the missus, having your coffee and cream, outside pruning the roses. It's the same thing. They're out on the street. If somebody's got one of these things and they're bashing, and you've got hold of that arm and you're now beginning to control the situation is still fucking dangerous because they got hold of this thing. Which if they break free from the arm that you've got hold, because you lose strength, you lose endurance, you're dead. You are all the time, your ulterior motive is to get them to release this blade. Once the blade has been released, you're now 90% of the way there. That is now you're in control, and you need to get hold of the knife once it's been released to have it there. Because if they do come at you with another knife, well, it beggars belief. If you've got a knife in your hand and they said, after all this, they launched at me again, and I just don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but he ran onto that knife, which unfortunately and very sadly went straight through his heart and killed him instantly, and he died. The attacker died there on the spot. I don't know, because each situation is different, but you are making every attempt. Once you've got hold of that and disabled, hopefully, the free moving arm, to get them to drop the knife, and you need to bark that into them. Drop the knife, drop the knife, drop the knife. Think of what police officers will be doing. Yes, they do have batons. Yes, they do have CS pepper spray and tasers and things like that. Yes. But all the time, they are netting out orders. Drop the knife, drop the knife, drop the knife, drop the knife. How long is it going to pepper spray you? Stay back, stay back. You know, it's the same when you are controlling this situation. You're 90% of the way there. Once you've got control of that knife, and you are now using any means possible to get them to drop this knife. Any means possible. That's it. Look what we've dealt with. We've dealt with aspects of the law which you need to be aware of. If they've dropped the knife, you don't just then kill them and snuff them out, do you? Unless you're military and you're in a war situation, which is as far away from the east as from the west. From what we're talking about, you're a civilian in a civilian setting. We've dealt with the defence aspect of it, which I'm not a criminal barrister, by the way. But if somebody's coming at you like that, wanting to drive it into you and kill you, you've got to do what you've got to do, haven't you? You know, and I've spoken to my wife about this. I said, I know that the probability of this ever happening is 1 in 10,000 chance. But supposing, she said, yeah, blah, 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 answered that question. Yeah, but supposing, blah, 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 yeah, answered that one. Yeah, but supposing, blah, 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 answered that question. Meaning, after all what I've said to you about criminal law and once the threat is over, it's over. What's better, to be sent down by 12 or carried out by 6? So find yourself a decent instructor, instructoress system that is designed for reality. And then go and train it. Now tomorrow I might start getting my head round strength training and endurance training, to have that to hold on to the floating arm. You see, it's not just about getting hold of the floating arm, it's getting hold of the floating arm with enough security so that you can then destroy the groin, headbutt, do something to lead on to the next part of disarming the knife. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed it. Wow, nearly 1 minute, 1 hour, 20 minutes we've gone on. But it is serious. It is something that we shouldn't take lightly. And listen to me, you YouTube instructors that go on giving out false stuff, information, you should be ashamed of yourselves. You've got all those subscriptions and likes and you're false. Shame on you. This is Cliff Graves from Train World Boxing. Keep safe.